Hello everyone, class 10. Once again, I am with the revision video of chapter 2. In my previous video, I discussed with you the problem of unemployment in service sector and how to generate more employment in service sector, because as we have seen that in India only less than 25% people they are employed in service sector, but service sector is contributing more than 50% to the GDP. It's around 50 to 60% is coming to GDP from service sector, but employment has not been generated in that way. So how to create more employment? And primary sector, already we know that it is now not playing the dominant role in contribution to GDP, but it is the largest employer. And largest employer means more than 60% of our population, they are engaged in agriculture. And in agriculture, as we know, that land has not increased, but the dependence or the pressure on land has increased, which has made or which has reduced the per capita income of the people engaged in agriculture, or the productivity of agriculture is very low. In India, as we know, that 61% of the working population, around 61%, are engaged in primary sector, and only 22% are engaged in service sector. But in developed countries, what we see that in America or Britain, more than 75% people they are engaged in service sector, and less than 20% are engaged in primary sector, or the contribution is also coming like that. So in India, how what we should do, or what government is doing to create employment in service sector, that we are going to discuss, and how in primary sector underemployment or disguised unemployment is found. Because as we know that land has not increased, and pressure of people on land means more than required number is working there, and people also are facing the problems of underemployment means that people they do not get work throughout the year, and 3 to 4 months they have no work, and they remain jobless, and they are in search of some activity so that their needs can be fulfilled. So underemployment and disguised unemployment, these are the problems of primary sector. And to reduce this problem, we have to generate or create jobs in the related sector or in rural areas. So what can be done to create employment for those workforce, those who are suffering from disguised or underemployment? So more employment opportunities can be generated in service sector, like when we strengthen the information technology sector. Means in information technology sector, there is a large number of employments can be generated in computer related jobs, telecommunications, call centers, etc. And our government should strengthen this sector, this information technology sector in service sector, to create employment. Next is employment potential is also there in education sector, because in villages what we see that number of primary schools are very less, and children they have to be given education, because to increase the enrollment in the villages or in rural areas, the government has the can generate employment or can open schools, primary schools and higher schools, to increase the enrollment and increase the literacy rate of the country. Next, by strengthening the health sector, by opening of call centers, setting up of not health center, etc., that will also generate employment for the doctors, for the nurses, and for the other health staffs. And in this way, more employment can be generated in health sector also, and government should try to open more hospitals, more public health centers, dispensaries, etc., so that the nursing personnel, the doctors, and other staffs could be given jobs in this sector. Then employment potential is also there in tourism. Means tourism can also create employment for the workforce, and then that will also help the country to increase employment and reduce the hardship that the people are facing. So tourism has become the world's largest employer, and in India this sector is still in the developing stage. So tourism industry is a highly labor intensive and has great scope for generating employment. So for this we have seen that there are great scope, and government should initiate or take necessary steps or measures to create employment in various sectors, in secondary sector, in tertiary sector, and in primary related sectors also should be developed and strengthened to create employment. Now let us see that what is Narega and when it was started. Manrega or Narega, it was started Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. It was started in the year 2005, and later on when right to work was introduced, or this act was passed by the government in 2008, then under Narega, the scheme tells that every unemployed youth, those who are willing to work, they will be insured or they will be given 100 days of assured employment. And if government fails to give employment within 15 days of the applicant or those who have applied, and if they have not been given jobs within 15 days, then they should be given unemployment allowances, which is which is to be given by the government to those who have failed to get employment under Narega. Means they have applied but they haven't got the jobs under Narega. And Narega includes those type of jobs which will create the productivity of agriculture, or land productivity will increase, or infrastructural development also where is taking place, means making of roads, improving sanitation facilities, provision of education, provision of hospitals, and these type of work which is carried out, it provides jobs to the increased workforce, or to reduce the unemployment found in rural areas, and to create more employment in service sector. So in this way what we have seen that these measures can become helpful in creating more employment opportunities in service sector. And the service sector, in which we have seen that this can create employment, means strengthening the education, health, information technology, tourism, and in rural areas means related sectors could also reduce the unemployment found in on the land where the workers are facing the unemployment disguised and underemployment, where they are not able to get work throughout the year. So in my next video, now again I will discuss with you chapter 2, in which I will tell you that what are the differences found among the workers of organized and unorganized and public and private sector. Okay, thank you.